Greetings and welcome to Elect Connect, a candidate forum brought to you by the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. I'm Mary Morgan, the Chamber's Director of Advocacy and Public Policy. We'll be talking with April Hennessey, a candidate for the Monroe County Community School Corporation Trustee in District 2. But first, I'd like to thank our Elect Connect sponsors. Without their support, our work would not be possible. Those sponsors are Comcast Business, Bunger and Robertson, City of Bloomington, German American Bank, Hoosier Energy, Indiana University, and Smithville. And now I would like to welcome our next candidate, April Hennessey. Thanks for being here, April.
Thank you for having me, Mary.
Yeah. I'd like to start, if you could just begin by telling us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for office.
Sure, yeah. So I've lived in Bloomington since 2007. I came here for grad school and I sort of ended up staying. I fell in love with the community. I had a family here, so it just became the place where we ended up. And I started teaching for MCCSC in 2013 and taught both part-time and full-time, ending in 2018, so fairly recently. So, you know, I have a lot of experience in the classroom and the classrooms in our district. I know our families, I know our students, I know our teachers, I know our administrators, and I have a great deal of respect and love for that community. So when I left, actually, someone asked me if I would consider running for school board. And at that time, my seat wasn't open. And I thought, you know, yeah, that is actually something that I would really love to do at some point. It would be another way for me to sort of have a voice in this community, be able to speak for or listen to and hear, and then also speak for some of our constituents. And so I thought, yeah, that's something I would really like to do at some point. But, you know, obviously the seat wasn't open, and here we are, 2020, and the seat was open. And it felt like at this moment, there was a need for new voices, new perspectives. And I felt that the perspective I have to offer, both as a former teacher in the district, but also as a parent of kids in the district, might be one that would be welcome on the board at this moment.
Okay,
So.
Thanks for sharing that. I did have another question. As students return to school, I'm interested in hearing what kind of feedback you've heard, and is there anything that you would suggest that the school system do differently based on the feedback you're getting?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough question. It's a really tough time for everyone at this moment, and I know that people are struggling in a variety of ways. I have heard a lot from teachers. I've heard from, you know, teachers at all levels. So teachers who are elementary specials teachers, teachers who are in elementary schools, teachers at the secondary level. And, you know, we've recently heard from our union teachers as well, and their sort of overwhelming discomfort with teaching fully face-to-face in a moment when our numbers have been fairly high. And so that's definitely something that I want to listen to. And I've also been listening a lot online to parents, some of them needing desperately to be in a face-to-face situation. And then others of them feeling like they have the ability to keep their kids at home in online programs at this moment. And so I think we're kind of mixed across the district, and I recognize that everyone has a variety of needs. I do think, though, that, you know, in order to make adequate space in buildings right now, it is really important for us to have some sort of system by which we can sort of say, when we're at this level, you know, phase yellow with hybrid or whatever it might be, that there has to be some way for us to be able to sort of limit the number of our class sizes. And for me, I would really like to see students in classrooms who need to be in there. But I think that means prioritizing some groups at first, just that we can adequately allow for social distancing. So those might be students who need accommodations for IEPs and special needs. It might be students who need wraparound services like food services and things like that. We have lots of families who might be carrying heavier childcare or financial burdens, and I think we do need to sort of think about and accommodate that. So I'm not saying that we should just shut down schools altogether and everybody should be online and we should all, I know that that isn't a realistic solution for our district at this moment, but I do think that there are ways that we could better use our spaces across the district and prioritize certain families and certain children at this moment to ensure that our buildings are as safe as they can be for teachers and for students and for the families that these students go home to and for the families that these teachers go home to. You know, I've heard lots of stories from teachers who are caring for their elderly parents or, you know, caring for a spouse who might be ill, or kids who are high risk and are then at home. So I think we just have a variety of factors to account for. And I think there's been a lot of frustration that I've been hearing on all sides. And so I realize there are no great answers, no best answers, but maybe we can get better answers.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that perspective.
Absolutely.
As a reminder to everybody, we've been talking today with April Hennessey. She's a candidate for Monroe County Community School Corporation trustee in District 2. One final shout out to our Elect Connect sponsors, Comcast Business, Bunger and Robertson, the City of Bloomington, German American Bank, Hoosier Energy, Indiana University, and Smithville. And finally, a reminder to please vote on November 3rd or take advantage of early voting if you can. For more information about the election and all the candidates that represent parts of Monroe County, check out these online resources, monroecountyvoters.us, and the Chamber's nonpartisan election site, which is chamberbloomington.org/2020-general-election. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.